So last night was probably one of the crazier, most shocking moments of my life. When Davante Adams got traded to the Las Vegas Raiders, the second I saw that, I was very shocked. I was very shocked. And now it's been about, 14 or 15 hours since that has happened. I've had some time to, grasp my thoughts, to come down a little bit. We talked on the live stream for 2 hours yesterday, and I feel like as time went on, it started to become more okay. Not completely okay. I'm still, sad that Davante Adams is no longer on the Packers. But now with Davante Adams leaving, it's time to discuss what can the Packers do now, because clearly losing the best wide receiver in the NFL is sort of a problem, for your offense. So I want to sort of discuss what I think the Packers should do. I'll tell you exactly what I think they should do after I've thought about it last night and this morning, and sort of talk about potential other options that are on the table, sort of go through some of those things, and feel free to comment your thoughts in the comments. I like always seeing what you guys have to say as well. And if you guys are new here, you haven't subscribed, to put out Packers content pretty much daily, multiple times. So if you like that kind of stuff, feel free to subscribe down below. Drop a like on the video too if you guys enjoy this. So Davante Adams is now gone. He is not on the Packers. And the past couple seasons, Davante Adams has been he's been the best wide receiver in the NFL. No doubt about that in my mind. So now if we look at the Packers' current wide receiver situation, it's not the best. It's definitely not the best. We have Allen Lazard after we tendered him to a second-round tender. He should be back. We got Randall Cobb, recently took a pay cut. We have Amari Rodgers coming into his second season after just having his rookie year. And then we have Juwan Winfrey, as well as Malik Taylor. So I think when you look at those options, we definitely need to come in here and add somebody. Of course, MVS also is a free agent, but reports did come out last night from Tom Silverstein that the Packers are interested in bringing him back, but he's been looking for a one-year deal, apparently worth $7 to $10 million. So I think that could potentially happen. So when we take a look at the current free agent wide receiver options, there's one guy that I think makes the most sense and is who the Packers should go after, and that is Julio Jones. Just looking at all these different guys right now who are free agent wide receivers, we have Jarvis Landry, Odell, who has, of course, he got injured not too long ago, and he's going to be out for a while, expected to return in November. We got Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster. We have multiple options, but I think looking at these guys, trying to find like a legit, X wide receiver like Julio Jones, I feel like he is the best potential option. There is some risk here, clearly. He is 33 years old. He only played in 10 games with the Titans last year, 9 games the year before. He's been dealing with injuries. But I just think when you look at these options right now who are in the free agency market, that he's a risk the Packers should take. Hopefully he comes in here to Green Bay. If the Packers did bring him in, hopefully he stays healthy long enough, hopefully in the playoffs, and he can, play at a pretty elite level. Because I think that obviously losing Davante Adams, he wouldn't completely fill that role. Davante Adams is still, I think, better, obviously, now than Julio Jones is, considering Julio Jones is getting up there in age. Julio used to be a complete monster. I still think he's a beast, and I think that pairing him with Aaron Rodgers is clearly going to help. Adding any wide receiver to the Packers, they're likely going to be better than where they were before, most likely considering Aaron Rodgers has won back-to-back MVPs. So I think adding Julio Jones is the best potential option. There is risk involved, but of the options right now, I think that makes the most sense. Now, if Allen Robinson wouldn't have signed with the Rams yesterday, I think that would have been the best option, and I wonder if he even knew. He probably didn't know that the Packers were going to trade Davante, but I wish he would have waited a couple days, and then he could have been like, oh, you know what? I could go to the Packers. I wish that would have happened because I would have preferred him, considering he is younger. And, it's definitely unfortunate. So lots of the top wide receiver options have already been signed in free agency, a good amount of them as well. And there are other options, as I said, Jarvis Landry, but he played 59% of the time in the slot last year. He can still play outside, but not as much as, Julio Jones does. Odell, I already said, injury, expected to be back in November, and who knows if he'll be completely healed up. We dealt with David Bakhtiari's knee injury, and it just kept pushing farther and farther. So I would hate to bring Odell in and then have him just never play. That would definitely be unfortunate. So I don't know if that's a good risk. And we do have Antonio Brown, who I just don't know if the Packers would be a team that would take that kind of risk on him when you don't exactly know what he's going to do. I just don't know if the Packers would take that risk. I still think Antonio Brown is a great player. I just don't know if it's worth the risk. And then we have Juju Smith-Schuster, who he could be an okay option. He is more of like a slot receiver, though, and we really saw how good he was when he played with Antonio Brown back when Antonio Brown was on the Steelers, and I feel like Juju Smith is better as, like a number 2 option. And then we have some other guys down the list, Emmanuel Sanders, T.Y. Hilton, Sammy Watkins, A.J. Green, who could be fine options, a little bit past their prime, I'd say, but Aaron Rodgers will elevate any player that does come to Green Bay. And now, of course, the next thing. The Packers did get another first-round pick and a second-round pick from the Raiders. So now in the first round, we have pick number 22 as well as pick number 28. So alongside signing Julio Jones, I think the Packers need to draft a wide receiver in the first round, no question about it, and then maybe in the second round as well. There are lots of good options there. It seems like Drake London and Garrett Wilson will likely be gone by this point, but who knows? We could draft Chris Olave. We could draft Treylon Burks. There's a lot of different options, and I'll probably make more videos in the future as the draft comes up, but there are definitely some options, and I think the Packers need to take a swing in the draft, especially now with Davante not coming back. And then I do think it is in the Packers' best interest if they can get a good deal with Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who knows the system, who is a very speedy deep threat, to be able to bring him back and to have that guy who can stretch the field. I think that would be key to have him as well if we're able to pay him. And then to have Julio as well, to have those two options there, and then draft a wide receiver. And hopefully they can develop quickly and be put in this offense quickly. And I think that gives the Packers a few different good options that I think could balance out this offense. We're not going to have a legit wide receiver like Davante Adams because there's no one like him right now in the NFL, and he did just get paid like the highest a wide receiver has ever been paid. I think the highest a non-quarterback's been paid. So we're not going to, I think, replace Davante with one guy who's going to fill his role, but I think if we do add a few different pieces, it could sort of balance out the offense more and could allow this Packers offense to still thrive regardless of having Davante Adams. And as I said in the past, I wanted Davante to stay. I thought it would be best for the Packers, for their offense, to have Davante and Aaron here because, as I've said in the past, you can't build up that chemistry overnight. They've been building that for years and years. So obviously, Aaron is going to play well with any receiver that is there, but that chemistry that Davante and him have built, it's going to be hard to replicate, but hopefully if we bring in someone like Julio Jones, they could slowly build that chemistry if they're able to come in and sign him soon. Who knows if he would want to come to Green Bay? Who knows if there would be other teams who would be willing to pay more? Maybe he'd be willing to take a discount to come to a team like the Packers, who I still think are Super Bowl favorites, or one of the teams who could be Super Bowl favorites, with Aaron Rodgers there. And then also, too, with these draft picks, we can add some more defensive players. Hopefully on the defensive line, defensive tackle could be a position the Packers decide to come in and add to in this draft as well. So it is great to have picks, but it is sad to lose Davante. And then there have been some discussions I've seen people say in the comments and stuff, should we trade for like DK Metcalf? And I think I'm going to make another video on that entire idea. The Packers could trade for a wide receiver. Personally, I just don't know if the Packers would do that. I sort of feel like Goody would like these picks and, maybe sign a free agent wide receiver and, use these picks on some rookies and build the Packers for the future. Things are definitely a lot different now in Green Bay. I did not see this coming whatsoever. I did not see Davante leaving and going to the Raiders, but it looks like he just wanted to go to Las Vegas. He wanted to pair up with his old best friend, or his current best friend, Derek Carr, and play there with the Raiders. And so now that AFC West division is so stacked, it's honestly crazy. It's like that some of the teams saw the other guys that got like Russell Wilson and were like, okay, shoot, we gotta add some more weapons here. So I wish Davante nothing but the best. I hope he has great time there in Las Vegas, not Green Bay. It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad. Probably not gonna wear my Davante jersey now because he's on the Packers. So it's tough, but I think the Packers will be able to come out on the other side of this. I'm curious to see what they decide to do because even though this is what I think the Packers should do, clearly I'm not the Packers GM. It would be fun to be a GM. I don't know if I would actually want that job, but, take lots of hate there. But we'll see what the Packers decide to do. Maybe Gutekunst has some tricks up his sleeves. Maybe he has some practice squad wide receivers that'll become the next best wide receivers in the NFL. We can always hope and dream, can't we? All right, guys, so thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.